How do you turn this thing on?
Hello, we
And
are live.
now we'll find out if everyone just comes to see Carmen.
Yeah. No, but I mean, Carmen is a lovely, lively addition to.
You know what? There's no one here because we didn't post a story.
That's because, well, Suzette's here.
There's a queue. See, we're safe.
Hello, Suzette.
I could send
Welcome
Suzette
back.
the link, and then she could join us as our guest today.
Oh, she could.
Susie, are you decent? Are you dressed? You want to be our?
You want to be our guest?
You want to be a last minute guest? We're good. I'm good.
Yes,
Can't
I'm
speak
doing
for
well
that.
too.
Oh,
Wow, that's huge. What is that?
I was playing with the. Is that better? Do we like this?
That's fine.
No. I kind of.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Do we want a different color?
It's large and obnoxious.
I mean, officially our color is yellow. It's kind of this color.
I like that mustardy one better than the highlighter one. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Hello, Amy. Hello, Lisa.
Hi, Amy. Hi, it's Lisa. Lisa, and the Cult Jam. And
Lisa
no,
Dodd,
Amy. Suzuki was taking down Christmas ornaments. If you haven't seen her Christmas decorations on Instagram,
I'll have to check. But I think I might have seen something. I have seen a few things.
Yes.
But yes. How's everyone doing tonight?
Everyone's saying hi and hello. And Lisa Nelson, this is the second week in a row.
Oh, welcome back to Lisa.
Lisa, we miss you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Nasty.
Yes. It's sad that you can't stay longer, Lisa, because then we can also get to see your questions and interact with you as well.
I know, but people got lives. I don't have one. But...
Yes, you do. Well, we all have lives.
Let's see. We're pretty shell-shocked here.
Hey, Ben. Oh my gosh. Is this your first time here? This is the first time seeing you here, Ben.
Pretty good. Still working, sadly, but taking a quick break. So I do think
yes,
we would be remiss in not sending out good vibes and thoughts and hopes and wishes and prayers, whatever manifests.
All those affected by the fire.
Yes. Our thoughts are definitely with you. It's a horrible thing to be going through. So, something just.
Well, glad that you're here, Ben, and that you're safe. And prayers to all, the rest of folks over there. Everyone stays safe. But I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Right. There's fire everywhere. The wind is bad. I just hope, I can't imagine losing your entire house and everything in it. Of course, the more important thing being people's lives. I hope they, I hope this, anyway, not anyway, like brushing it off, but I don't want to. So Lao and I were just discussing before we went on live, because we have a little meet and little chit chat, a little spilling the tea. And so today our topic is we're going to be discussing all the other fountain pen creators that we don't like. No, just
kidding. Oh my gosh. First off,
my first person on the list is Lao.
I was about to say Desert Inkwell, but you're not that anymore.
No. Actually, we were discussing the DC Pen Show and a couple Sailor pens that Good Pen Life had that I was trying to convince Lao to buy.
Yeah, it is my colors. The light lavender, yes. Lavenders and pinks and teal turquoises. They just appeal to me.
Um, oh my god, that would be so. You know what? If I ever decide to quit YouTube altogether, that will be the last show I do. All the tea. No, because
Oh
then
my
I'll be
goodness.
friends after that.
Yeah. You want to
Yeah.
keep your friends close and your enemies even closer.
Yeah. I have a counter because I'm so excited for the DC Pet Show, and I have no life. It is 203 days and 23 hours and 29 minutes until the start of the DC Pen Show.
Okay. Well, we got a lot of time.
We'll say 204 days, which is less than 7 months.
Yes.
Yes. So, Lau and I were discussing less purchasing this year, and so Lau, I'll turn the floor to you because I just
I mean, so like I did a lot of purging of my fountain pens back in November or October, and I think it felt really good to let go of just pens that I know I wasn't using or going to be using. And I also I'm not at the point of I don't want any more pens or I'm not going to buy any more pens, but I also feel really content that I'm not buying so many pens. And so I want to keep that mojo going. And I know that at the same time, we're all going to help each other or make each other want to buy more pens, but at the same time I want to slow down on my spending and be intentional as I can be. So my New Year's resolution is 1 pen in, 1 pen out, and that way I'm just gonna buy pens that I want and the ones that'll be curated. Bye, Lisa.
Yeah, I hope she saw the comment. So she had said the nib appointment, but you really, he is, he's quick. He doesn't.
Kirk?
Yeah. He's not he doesn't rush, but I was able to did I do 2 or 3? 2. He totally took my Mont Blanc 146 apart, tuned it, cleaned it, put it back together, and did a music nib into a scythe nib, which isn't, it wasn't like it was
That's interesting.
A fine into a extra fine. You know what I mean? It was a shaped nib.
And was this last DC show?
Okay. Yes. So,
he was at every show that I was at.
Yes. I don't know if I could do the 1 pen in, 1 pen out, especially, I'm getting ready to list a bunch of pens.
Yep.
I'm going through them 3 times, and if it gets cut all 3 times, then it's gonna go, and I'll price them and list them. But then what I will be left with, then I'm not sure I would want to let you know what I mean? But I mean, it's Suzette Perez says also we have to enjoy the pens we have, which is true. I have some comments on that comment. And then Pauls says, what will you do with all the money you save, Lau?
Well, this is the year that I would like to save more money and invest more money. So instead of investing in pens, I will be investing in making my money work for me. So
solid. I'm going to pop back to this because I was guilty of the opposite heavily in 2024, where pens were coming in, as my husband can attest to, quickly. And so very often, I wasn't spending a whole lot of time with any particular pen because it was always the newness, or recency bias. And so now I'm slowing down and going back to pens, even pens that I had thought, I don't I'm not loving this pen. That Visconti Opera, the Savannah colored one, that I have been using exclusively for about a week now, and just absolutely loving it. So definitely more intentional, slowing down, enjoying. Um,
Yes, and I think the feeling that you have right there with that Visconti opera, like the last couple of weeks, like you want to have that experience with the rest of your pens, like
yes.
again and again. And otherwise, like, what was the point of buying them if you can't enjoy that feeling again?
Yeah, and I mean, there are definitely pens I have that don't fit that category, like that I've used and I love. And I'd like to excuse part of my behavior of overspending and say, well, there's not a pen store close. But, most pen stores allow returns on fountain pens.
Yeah.
So,
and that's a nice thing. Even if you used it.
Like there are pens that I should have then immediately sent back because it just was not madly in love with. Two off the top of my head. Definitely, that Aurora, though beautifully made,
it is beautifully made, yes.
And I'm thinking, okay, you just haven't gotten the right ink in it yet that will allow you to look past the yellowness of the ebony. It's just so yellow. Like buttercup yellow, not even mustard or Dijon or.
I am afraid to tell you, but that might be hard to do.
To get over that yellow. Yes. Well, I read an article that you can. The article was geared towards rejuvenating ebonite, older ebonite with this particular dye or stain. For geared towards black ebonite pens from the 40s. I was thinking, well, if I used some liquid latex and masked off areas that shouldn't be, that I wouldn't want accidentally stained.
Okay.
Then maybe I could just.
So you're going to change the look of it?
I mean, maybe. I should probably just sell it, but I've trash talked it so often.
No, well, see, the thing, you can trash talk it, but it's a treasure to someone else.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, I mean, it writes beautifully.
Yeah. No, I can't say anything bad about Auroras. If someone has something bad to say about Aurora, let me know, because I would be curious to know.
But that day that Lao sent me a message one day and was like, how are you enjoying that cognac Aurora? I could have reached through my phone and strangled him because that's the one that I got. Oh, the
cognac one is beautiful, though. Hello, Tom. Welcome to the show.
And Ben said recently he got a Visconti Van Gogh Flowing Plum Orchard. I feel like I know what that pen looks like. Isn't that a cool feeling when you start to know all of the pens that people are? Steel Fine Nib. Yes. Shout out to the Fine Nib friends. Oh, that could have been a channel.
Yes.
Fine Nib friends.
Who else are Fine Nibs?
Yeah. By a show of hands in the comment section.
Oh.
Who else loves a fine or an extra fine flower? Got it. Thank you. Thank you, Ben. I mean, that's a tough one. I do want less. Yes. Love it. Back.
Awesome,
but I want less. And as I'm looking at, you get the emails from all the pen dealers, and I'm just like, no. I have a gazillion bottles of ink, a gazillion and a half. And so that yesterday I was like, what if I only kept 3 bottles of ink for each pen. You know, like, okay, here's the Visconti Mythos in Athena. Gorgeous colorway, by the way.
It is.
Like, what if I was like, okay, these 3 inks go with this pen.
So you'll keep those 3 inks?
Yeah, so like for each pen I have, you have 3 ink options, and then all the other inks can go.
Can they overlap?
There's going to be 90% of my pens are orange, green, or brown.
Okay.
Although surprisingly a high number of blue pens. I don't know how that happened. I'm not particularly a fan of the color blue.
Same.
Man, come on, extra.
That's okay. It's okay. Well, is that extra fine Japanese or
no Western extra fine? Suzette does not like a fine nib.
That's okay.
Which is okay. She has beautiful handwriting, and if you all have not seen Suzette's Instagram, it's Suzette Pretty Pages, and she does really fantastic lettering. You know, she's a very strong participant in the Pen and Ink Challenge as well. Ben says a medium in Japanese.
Yeah, medium Japanese, the best.
But the Pelikan M800 is nice. Pelikan M800, we talked about this like 2 weeks ago, didn't we? That if you want a fine nib on a Pelikan, you need to get the extra fine, right? Isn't that what you said for an everyday?
Yeah, my Pelikan extra fine is just so good. It's thick enough and it's very smooth, but it's also very thin. So like it's just perfect medium for everything.
Because it would still be a gazillion.
Wait, what would be a gazillion?
I think the bottles of ink that I
yes, Ben, you're right.
Suzette says she likes a fine nib, but she does prefer broad. Tom says, okay. Yeah. Yeah, what? I just lost my train of thought. It was a long day.
Yes,
we were there in the Siberian tundra, Lao?
Was I?
Yeah. Are you?
Yes. We did have a blizzard today. Well, not really a blizzard, but the first snowfall of the season, and it's only an inch, or first snowfall of the year actually, and the roads were very, very clogged up, very slow.
See, that's the thing. I considered moving back to Wisconsin, where my parents are and my family is, who I adore. But then I'm like, I'm just trading the frying pan for the freezer. Like for the 6 months a year, it's 4,000 degrees here. Then it'll just be freezing. But at least it's pretty out when it's cold and snowy. And
yeah, I will say I like it.
I said you can put on more clothes and go out. You can only take off so many clothes at the Walmart before they arrest you. So. I know.
Unless you go to the nude beaches.
Oh no, I am.
But even then, like
you'll just 30 years past my expiration date of being at a nude beach.
Yes. Excuse me. The Pelikan extra fine nibs are mine is not, but it writes smoothly with the right ink. So, but I do think that some people get really wet extra fine nibs. My extra fine M1000 is super wet, but my M600 is not too wet.
That is one thing, and let's get your advice. So I have the Pelikan M605, the Glauco Kanban.
Yes.
It's so beautiful. The nib is too broad.
It's extra fine, or is it fine?
No, I think it's either a fine or a medium. But my thought is, well, I could have nib work done on that, or should I think it's a medium. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with Pelikan, all M1000s, like Ben said, are super wet.
Yeah.
The M600 and 800s, anything above a fine, or anything fine and above is really, really wet
Okay.
and broad. So you have a medium.
I have a medium in the M605, and I have a fine on the M800 Stressman anthracite.
Okay.
Would that pen is in the it may be getting cut.
Oh.
Um,
But it's such a pretty pen.
I know. It just that's my thing of like which pens to go because I haven't really delved into them.
Yeah.
So I don't think so because I really, really wanted that.
Yeah. I will say, so this is my black tortoise shell.
See,
it's so gorgeous, right? Like every time I look at that, I'm like, yes, I'm keeping it. And then sometimes when I don't have the right ink in it, I don't touch it at all. And then I say, why do I have that pen? But it looks so pretty. But when you have the right ink in a pen that you absolutely love looking at, then it'll help you to know.
I love holding Pelicans. The material has a really nice hand feel.
Okay. Yeah.
And my only thought with possibly letting go of the anthracite is to replace that M800 with a more vintage M800.
Oh, okay.
Possibly in something in green. I know last year everyone was, and probably for a while now, going bazonkers over the brown black.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't get that one just because I don't know. There's other beautiful brown pens out there too, and that's not the only one that's that's needed. But hold on, what was your reason for letting go of the anthracite?
The nib is a little too. It's a fine, but it's still too
broad.
Broad.
Okay.
So a pen friend said that sometimes at the pen show you may be able to just
swap the nib.
Yeah, swap the nib.
Mm-hmm.
So that one is. I'm going to use it for a week. It's solely just that pen for a week, and then if I still don't love it, then we'll see.
Yeah,
I got a really good deal on it, so it's
it would be hard to let it go. Yeah,
I don't want to spend up because my pen goals for the year are that obviously the range typically 3 for the Sailor Tea Time Around the World, but no more King of Pens for me. I'm not in love with them. It's again too broad and very wet.
You're talking about the Pelican now or the King of Pens?
No, the King of Pens.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
So, the Tea Time Around the World, depending on what Pelican's art pen is this year,
yes,
might be hard pressed to pass on that one. We'll see. It could be totally not something I love.
Wait, did I not show that to you guys?
What is it?
Well, I mean, the design is out, and it's very likely that they're going to make that one. So it's got the art piece is of this lady with flowers, like white petals on her hair, and it's supposed to represent or like look like pelicans. And so the pen is basically going to be a black and white pen, and with a little bit of cream. So lots of those floral petals throughout the barrel.
Look, our friend Carmen.
Oh,
hi, Carmen.
Hi, Carmen.
If anyone's wondering, Carmen's been arrested. She's in jail. She'll be out soon.
We will bail her out.
We will bail her out in exchange for our choice of 2 each pens of our choice. No, Carmen's on vacation, freezing in Florida.
What? It's freezing now?
Carmen hates the cold, hates winter, goes to Florida, and then they get an Arctic cyclone, whatever, and
Oh
I looked at the
man,
weather earlier; it was 49 degrees.
that is cold for Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's with her family, who all have the warmest hearts. So hopefully that makes up for it.
Yes. I hope you're having fun there, Carmen. And with all the little grandkids.
I know. Well, I mean, if you follow our show, then you probably follow Carmen's Instagram too, so you can see some of these pictures.
Let's see. So going back to what you were talking about your pen, and Ben said to have Kirk grind it. I will agree that you should have someone grind that.
Really? So
if you love the pen that much, but not the nib, you should grind it.
I don't know, who was I telling this to? I think I was chatting with Claire Coco and Suzette the other day, and I was saying I feel like I'd rather have nib work done on a more portable nib. So like a Yovo number 6, even if it's a 14 karat gold Yovo number 6, because I can rotate it through pens. That's the international sign for rotated pen. Versus say like I have a Mont Blanc with a fine nib, which is not fine at all.
It's a broad
marker. Yes. And I'm like, well, do I get it ground? And do I get the Pelican ground? Or is it better on pens of that kind of price point to swap the nib or swap the pen?
Okay.
It's kind of like putting an aftermarket CD player on a Bentley. But I mean, not that nib grinds are bad, but I'm unsure about altering but I know
but like I get what you're saying. So you want the nibs that you grind to be able to be kind of universal among your collection of pens, or like you can swap most of them so that you get the most out of your money. But I do think that if your pen is special, then it deserves a grind, even if it's not going to be swapping with other pens. And that's just a way of thinking. That doesn't mean that you need to agree with that or think that way, or that your thinking is wrong too. Like that's fine. But what I'm saying is you should open up to the fact that if that pen is beautiful for you, and it doesn't need to swap with other nibs. Yeah.
Okay. So part of me was thinking, oh, well, if I decide to sell it later, someone's not going to want to buy it because it's been
been grounded.
And maybe like if it was the Monte Grappa Galileo or these $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 pens, maybe I would not. I don't know. But if that's not a taboo thing, then yeah. I mean,
I think actually your Pelican, because Pelican nibs are swappable, they can always make the decision to put a different nib in there. Okay. It's the body that I think the body of your anthracite might not be made anymore in the future, right? Or is it limited?
I don't know. Let me
have it.
The Googles, the googly. What was the movie? Do you remember where she's like, I Googled? Oh, A Diary of a Shopaholic. Do you remember that movie? Fitting for me. But,
no, but like I don't think I've seen that pen before. And it's probably not as, mass produced as some other ones.
Yeah, Atlas has it in an M605. Okay. I mean, it's still okay. This little exercise is a lesson in if it's not limited, wait, because sometimes like the list price now is what the
and like you said that you got it for a really good price too. So
yeah, I did. Mm-hmm. I'm only seeing it in a 605 or a 405 at the moment.
Yes, Ben, I completely agree. Whatever, like all of our choices, it's for your own So
Yeah.
okay, so I mean, yeah, regardless of that pen being rare in the future or not, like if somebody wants it, they're gonna want it.
Yeah.
You'll be okay.
I'm not sure about the Mont Blanc still because that nib is decorated. It has the ice dragon on the nib. It's because it's the glacier. It has,
yeah. Yeah, I think for me personally, if I were to grind, I probably wouldn't grind a Mont Blanc because they do like resell pretty well because everybody wants one. But if I want to keep it, then I will grind it. If I feel like I will sell it someday in the future, I might not grind that one.
See, I don't think they have very high resale.
No, like not like the value, but like people will buy them.
Yeah. I put orange ink in that pen this year. It's that bluish, grayish blue.
Oh,
I finally was like, I don't like the Mont Blanc Glacier ink. Like, I just don't enjoy that particular ink. And so just the color. I bought it because it was the one that went with the pen.
Right. Yeah.
But I was like, I don't enjoy that ink. So I put Viceroy Butterfly Orange in it.
That's the only Androllium ink I have.
That's the only.
It's so funny. Yes.
It's such an amazing color, isn't it?
It's really. It's a bright orange and then it becomes burnt orange. It's really cool. I think.
Yes. Big fan. And I recently got a bottle of Platinum Citrus Black, which is really trippy to write with. It goes down.
Is it black?
Yellow, and then dries down to this kind of greenish black. It's very cool. It's
that's very strange.
Iron gall oxidation. I do love a shading ink.
Yes, shading. Yeah, lovely shading.
Well, are there any pen plans that you have this year? Is there a pen out there that you're like, you see pen show, I would love to find?
Well, I mean, right now I haven't been adding to my pen wish list yet. I'm sure that in the next couple of weeks, all the pen brands are going to throw their new pens for us to be enticed by. But because right now I'm in the mindset of like, I'm not really into buying so many pens right now. Like it's hard for me to think of one at the top of my head. But I do think that I will continue building my Leonardo collection, as well as my Sailor. I know it's just like another, just a recolor or another, resin design that people make. But part of me is a collector too, so it makes me happy.
I'm the Kintsugi?
That one I did not get. No.
There was Esterbrook had a
yes, exactly. Yes,
resin, but in pink. That the Bungo box.
Bungo box.
Pink, and I just wasn't my. It reminds me of those sort of 1970s mirrors with the. You know what I'm talking about? That have the
Yep. The
so
spider web stuff. Yeah,
that wasn't my jam.
Not your cup of tea.
I just have the one Leonardo, the Momento Zero Grande 2. Is it a 2.0? Insane.
Does it have an ink window?
Yeah, I haven't used it in a while. I think yes. It's the sand one, which really just heavily reminds me of an oyster shell. The color on mine has some really dark spots and then some sort of iridescence in it. So I'm good with the one Leonardo for now. But I mean, who knows? Who knows? I have nothing planned other than tea time around the world.
Yes.
Honestly.
Do you Do you have any ideas for what you would like this year's tea time to be, like the theme and the colors?
I would love something without red or blue. Just
Okay.
um I mean, this year was I thought the three tiers was really pretty.
You
And this,
have that one, right?
yes,
Okay.
I have that one and the scone from this year.
Mhm.
Um, you know the Christmas spice from a couple years ago, 2 years ago,
Yes. Yep.
or
The dark
this.
green.
Oh, that was Christmas pudding. This is Christmas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Christmas spice. Okay. Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I mean, matcha is tea.
Yes.
I would absolutely love something in that.
Mm-hmm. I think matcha would be wonderful. Let's see. For me, I mean, I love jasmine and chamomile tea. So if they can come up with a beautiful purple one, that would be nice. I mean, I haven't seen a purple tea time, right?
No, I don't think
Yeah.
so. Well, the first,
I mean, that one's a really dark blue.
yeah,
bluish
the first
purple.
fika, I think the very first one, that's my doctor's visit, is raspberry colored.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A little too similar to the scone now that I see them together, I think. But I would love a honey colored one too. You know, if you think tea and honey.
But I think the Moroccan mint tea one was pretty close to honey color.
No, Moroccan mint tea is that yellowish greenish.
Yeah, yellowish greenish. I mean, honey, you want like really bright yellow?
No. What kind of honey are you eating? Honey is that ambery, you know.
Yes. Well, I'm saying like it's like sliding in. You know, the Moroccan mint tea one was like you said, a greenish yellow.
Yeah.
So it's basically next to honey.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would love one that was honey. I would love an iced tea one that was kind of a tea colored with maybe clear finials.
Okay.
Maybe a yellow transparent or a yellow section for like a wedge of lemon.
Okay.
Taylor, if you're listening, actually that would be amazing.
That would be nice.
Yeah, but I also enjoy that, the cup and saucer one is blue, and I wouldn't have sought out a blue sailor otherwise.
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat, but it's kind of a surprise every year. So
yeah, so I want to be surprised, and if it's as good as the Moroccan mint tea set, then I will definitely have that on my to buy list.
In the Pro Gear size, right?
Yes, the Pro Gear. I will not buy the Pro Gear Slims anymore because I always sell them. I never touch them, so like I need to, I have that knowledge, so why should I not use it? But I know that a lot of times people like we get enticed, but I'm going to use that knowledge and like stop my enticement.
Yeah,
stop being enticed.
Pro Gear Slim. I prefer a Pro Gear, of course, but if there's two, was it two this year? Yeah.
It's always two.
And scone. Okay. So I don't, if I'm buying one Pro Gear and one Pro Gear Slim, I don't mind as much in that tea time around the world.
Yeah.
Because it's a specific, I'm collecting.
Exactly. You're collecting it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then it's okay. But which I have rollerball in the Fika. I think
I like that one.
Well, I ended up buying the Pro Gear Slim.
Yeah. Oh.
And I the Pro Gear Slim in it is much better than the rollerball.
Yeah. That's okay. I mean, we are fountain pen people, and I think we'll most likely be using those more.
It was a fantastic deal on the Pro Gear Slim. I think it was $120, which
that is a good deal. Yes.
Yeah. That's like Amazon.
Exactly right. Ben says his black Leonardo Guillaume Dodici that he got at the SF Pen Show has been a dream. It has a CSI by Gina.
CSI.
And the number 8 nib is big enough to dig weeds. It is a gigantic nib. Hold on.
Do you have one?
Where is my gorgeous pen? Hold on, it's right behind me. Yeah, it is.
Holy tamale! Oh, I love that.
I don't know the size of my thumb. It's huge.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And I love the
yeah, this resin. Yeah, it's gorgeous. And then this is a Pelican M600 comparison.
like a Kroger Slim in comparison.
It does, yeah. No, Pelican M600s are Pro Gear Slims.
No, they're not. It's at least a Pro Gear.
It's at least a Pro Gear, yes, but it's thinner than a Pro Gear.
But why is the medium nib so
broad?
Double broad.
No, the fine is already broad, so that's
a medium. No, that's not a medium.
Well,
it's like a Crayola crayon.
Hold on. When you bought a medium, why did you choose a medium?
I make my way through the nib sizes, and so I was team medium, kind of hands down, and I got that at 605. I got the 605 before the M800.
Mm-hmm.
So then that medium was gigantic, and I thought, okay, well, I'll get a fine on the M800, and yeah.
Do you have an extra fine?
No.
Well, you should have started with that.
Well, when you don't know, when you have.
Oh well, yeah. You said you were medium.
Yeah, I was medium at the time, and I still enjoy medium nib, but I really have gone full circle and settled back at a
fine.
Yeah.
I still don't think a Pelican fine is a fine at all. It's very medium to me. At least a medium. And then I have my TWSBI mediums and my Lamy mediums. Well, Lamy mediums.
You have a TWSBI?
I do. I have 3 TWSBIs that I barely use. But my very first TWSBI was a medium. And that was my idea of what mediums are. And that TWSBI medium actually wrote pretty,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty nice medium tip. And then I've used other mediums that are much broader. And that's also some people's ideas of what a normal medium is. So it's really strange that mediums can vary so much. But then I guess my idea of medium is now a fine. So
yeah. Well, I mean, Carmen bought that Novelure.
Mm-hmm.
Which was
a broad,
but it's not very broad, and she loves it. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different
variants,
papers, and then pen. Yeah, so which is another rule I'm trying to hold on to this year when it comes to pens, is to not buy a pen. It's one thing to buy a Sailor Pro Gear in a medium nib. It's consistent, you know what you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
But to not buy any new or different pens that I have not held in my hand and written with, because it's not a sign of responsible spending. So and then you end up with pens that are beautiful pens, but that you just don't enjoy the experience. So
yes, and unfortunately for Novelure, I will probably never buy any of their pens because, like you just said, I don't have any experience with them, and so I probably wouldn't buy them. But I do know some of my friends who have bought them and they don't like them, and then other people swear by them. So
it depends on the model.
Yeah.
And really, I have zero memory today, but the one that has the rounded cap, they had it in the Quebec and the Tromsø.
The Voyager,
right? I think it's
The Voyager, not the Nautilus.
I can't remember.
It rounded.
I don't know why I'm having a pen show because I have no
Hmm.
idea what I'm talking about today. But I really enjoy the medium nib on that, even still today. Like it's a
Okay.
very smooth, I want to say buttery writing experience.
Mhm.
You know, the pen is curved. It feels nice in the hand. The nib is nice, but then I was gifted this Novelure original from Goldspot,
Mhm.
and I'm not in as much love with this nib.
Is it the same size, medium or fine?
Yeah, it's a medium.
Okay.
The pen itself is fantastic quality. Like it's
Pretty sturdy.
yeah, it's very sturdy. I think the walls on the pen are good thickness.
Mhm.
Like it's a well executed pen. I'm just not in love with this particular nib on there.
Okay.
Oh, the Pride Voyager. Yes, that was a right. Look, I have no problem repping the rainbow.
Yeah.
I have the Novelure, the Key West Pride,
Mhm.
which you know, I mean, I'm here for the shimmer, and this, the nib on this one, I love. Right,
Nice.
really well. Broad over a stub? No, really. For that, you're buying breakfast on Saturday.
I can never write with broad. So for those of you that write with broad, like kudos to you. I, I don't know. I feel like when I write with broads, I either have to write really big or my handwriting becomes really nasty.
Is your handwriting big? So good. Enjoy buying breakfast, lady. But your handwriting is not small, right?
My handwriting isn't small. No, it's not.
Mine either. And I think that
Mhm.
if you're using a Ben, have a great dinner. Good to see you.
Yes. Thank you for coming, Ben.
I think then if I combine my handwriting with a broad nib, you know, I could be painting signs at that point. It's so maybe that's why we like the finer nibs.
Mm-hmm. Ink Spud Gal, I agree with you. I have 3 journaler nibs, 2 on my sailors and 1 on another pen, and I just can't have enough of it. And I asked Gina to keep the sailor feedback as much as she can, and I'm just so happy with them. So journaler nibs are just so much fun to write with.
See, I don't own one. I'm not even sure I've used one. I do. Are you a bring pens to the pen show type of
Do I,
person?
do I
Yeah.
bring pens?
Yeah.
I did bring as much as I could to the SF show because I have to fly. But to the Chicago, I brought all my pens in my 40 pen pouch, like the ones I wanted to bring. So,
Well, good. Will you
yeah.
bring a journaler, maybe?
Yes, I will bring all my favorite pens so you can see and try.
Because DC, the lobby is hopping. You know, people sit.
People sit and chat and write. Okay.
You know, play
Mhm.
show and tell, and it's a lot of fun. I'm glad you're going this year.
Yes.
He's got 3. I'm getting FOMO. I'm getting
Yay, Tom. Let me see. Let me just pull out all my journal notes. What else did I? Oh, yes. They're all on my sailors. Never mind. Journalers are just so beautiful.
I want a cursive smooth italic this year.
Okay.
That you know. I have a couple cursive italic nibs.
Mhm.
I'd like to try cursive smooth italic, and I really want a fine reverse architect. That
Okay.
Esterbrook mini stub.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've heard the people absolutely love those.
A fine stub.
Yeah.
They just call it a mini stub. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But isn't a mini stub then essentially a cursive italic nib?
No, because stub is like really rounded, and cursive italic is sharper.
Yeah.
So, I guess if you consider mini to be not rounded at the ends. Yeah. So you don't have a CSI?
I don't have a CSI. I have CIs. I've got a cursive italic in a fine, medium, and even a broad. And I have a bleak that I don't know.
Are they really, really sharp?
Not so much. I bought them from Galen Leather, which is, if you want to try some of, a cursive italic nib, you can buy one there for, I think, $35.
That's nice.
They're not overly slicey.
Okay.
Now, I bought a Pro Gear at the pen show last year and had it ground to a cursive italic, and it needs a tune-up, a touch-up, to like actually scratchy. The paper is scratchy.
Okay.
And the Nibmeister said, "Yeah, go ahead and send it." And then, we had an eventful November, October, November.
Did you get it back?
I haven't sent it yet.
Oh.
I will now have to re-email all over again.
Oh boy.
I've been dealing with another pen store on that Kilk with the silver band that was off center.
Wait.
Yes.
The Yggdrasil?
No.
Oh, okay. That one's perfect.
Down. Tim, if you're still here, I don't know, because I'm going to ask you if you stayed to hear this. That, of course, was a birthday present, my 50th birthday present for my husband. And I adore that pen so much. It just, I don't know how it's that smooth, but also feels like it's gripping the paper.
Okay. So it's kind of like Sailor. Well, if you can handle Sailor well.
Oh, I mean, I love my Sailors.
Yes. No. When you said that, like it's smooth, but also grips onto the paper. That's what I think of Sailors.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I absolutely adore that Kilk. And because I loved it so much, I got the Kilk Orient Beige. And I didn't realize it was shorter.
Oh, the Orient, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it cheaper too?
Not terribly.
Oh.
The resin the material was gorgeous. But how they do that, the sterling band was like
Kimbo. Little okay.
Yeah. I bought it from that pen store that has the really restrictive pre-order policy.
Like endless.
Yeah. Okay, you said it, not me. And the process to like get it resolved is not going.
It's not easy.
No, they were like, "We'll send pictures and a video." Well, it's not like it's that far off, but you can feel it and you can see it in person. So I sent pictures and video, and they said, "Well, we don't see anything, so send it in, and we'll assess it." And then they sent me pictures of two others, today. Like they've had it for, I don't know, 7 days now. But two of them in the plastic bag, in the boxes. I'm like, I can't see these. I'm like, just return it. Like, it's okay. I've gotten plenty of great deals there. But like they'll send an email, you reply, and they're in Tampa. It's it's not like it's overseas, and they won't respond until the next day. It's like you only get one email a day.
Let me tell you something about Endless. This isn't 100%, but this is my suspicion. I don't think that the people you're working with are in Tampa. Tampa is probably their warehouse, and the people who own it are probably from the Philippines.
Got it. Okay.
And so their time is different.
Okay.
And I suspect that's because their giveaways are only open to the US and to the Philippines. So,
And they have a kilk
mhm.
that is
Yes, the
like the
Philippines.
sky. I thought, well, that's great. But that makes it because I thought, what do you how's like you're only gonna email me once a day? You emailed me, I emailed you back immediately, and then no response.
Well, you should still give people 24 hours. But
No.
yes, I agree. Yeah.
If you just email me and I email you right back,
Hmm.
that's still in the conversational
Yeah,
window.
it's still possible to still
Um,
respond.
Tom says he ordered the Accutron. Is that the black ebonite Accutron?
No, he's talking about the green one,
Oh, okay.
the Gold Rush green.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, congrats, Tom. Now we are twins.
That's right. You have that one.
Yeah, that's the only Esterbrook I have and probably ever will.
You know what? You say that, and then
Yeah, because I sold you mine, and
I know, but they came out with the Arushi ones today.
okay.
It's like a black and gold,
Does it
or
have Rodden and Maki on it?
no.
Okay, so it's just Arushi.
Well, you say just Arushi, but
I mean, Arushi. I know that Arushi takes a lot of time to make, but also and I don't know. I think it takes a lot to like really, really deeply appreciate Arushi and want it. So
there's a green Irushi that I love. That dark.
Esterbrook or
No. Just to know that
okay. Yes.
I'm trying to. You tell him. What?
Yes, it's just Arushi. Let's see, what else did Tom? They're super beautiful, but not. Yes, exactly. I think Arushi, like when you hold it, it feels. I don't know. To me, it doesn't feel like it's that much more substantial, but it is a little different. And if you don't understand how Arushi is made, then you won't appreciate the price point of that it's at. But also it is very too expensive for most people.
It is very labor intensive, right? And whether,
yeah, and it's poisonous, so you have to be very careful.
Don't need
it. Yes.
Now, Tom, you said the black one too. So I know there was a black Accutron SD that was diamond cast, I believe, that came out when the Gold Rush one came out. But then there is a newer Accutron SD as well, the Astronaut. That's the one I have.
The one you have.
Yeah, the Ebonite one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I get it. The people that love Esterbrook, you love it, just like how I like my Leonardos. So, just it's no hate. It's just, I think if I were to collect Esterbrook's and Leonardos and Sailors, I can't.
No, I mean, I think having a couple. I just say don't rule it out that you won't get another one because they'll come out with one that
I might like. But the thing is, there's so many that came out. The only one that I really liked was the Dutch pen show one, which was very, very green and teal. but they priced it at $280, and I'm like, I'm not paying that.
But that one, didn't we kind of think that one was like a slightly, I don't know where I put that pen.
Yeah, no, it's slightly different.
Sea glass.
Yep, but Sea Glass is much softer. Candy Rush was very like bright. So yep, yeah. So they're so similar, but definitely different enough. But still not worth the price.
Good night, Susie Q.
Bye, Suzette. Thank you for joining us.
Tom said I meant to say I liked your astronaut Accutron. Thank you. That was at the DC Pen Show. There was like 3 of them on the. Wow, I think you froze like this
No?
with your eyes closed. Maybe
Okay. That's
there were 3 on the table, and I picked it up. I looked at one, I walked away, and I couldn't get it out of my head, so I ended up going back. And the one I picked up was gone, and the one I ended up buying was much better looking.
That's good.
And that just got released for general. I mean, that was in August, the Pen Show, and they didn't release them on Esterbrook's site until maybe October, November.
Wow.
Which
so 3 months later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for that 3-month window,
You had it first.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like something that was coming
New
or that they just tried
one off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now Peter Coco had the rollerball, but the rollerball was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, right? So
yeah,
it was very confusing.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure if I had like one of 5. And then they
yeah, I'm not special anymore.
That pen is it's lovely. I couldn't have been more fortunate with the actual model that I got.
And it was one of your most popular videos.
Right?
Nice, Tom. Like, I know that they sold the Sugar Rush Esterbrook on sale at Apple Boom, but then at that point I was like, I don't need it anymore. But kudos to you. That's awesome. I'm excited for you to try that, have that pen.
Apple Boom really is delightful to work with, though. That's where I bought the Pine Green Lamy 2000, which has some almost like, when you bend plastic and it turns white.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little of that around the cap, and he was like, "Yeah, send it back. We'll take care of it."
Oh,
which
that's
is
nice.
I sent it back. No. The Jurassic. I loved that the Jurassic zoomed out, but then up close, I wasn't as into the colorway.
Mm-hmm.
But I love they released a lot of Estes this year with the push button model. Because the first one, the Raven?
The push button one? Yeah, I think that's the first one that they introduced.
Yeah. And now, I mean, it was a close call. If my sister Lisa's in here, she'll attest to. I was like, should I get the Nouveau Blue and the push button? And no, I did not. I kept it, the OG Nouveau Blue.
You don't need this specific. Like, is it easier to clean?
Probably not.
Exactly.
So yeah, probably not. Yeah, my vac fill pens, my Pilot Custom 823 is going.
Oh, okay, good, yeah.
But I'm gonna that one I will replace with a Pilot
743.
Although, how much smaller is the Pilot Custom 74? Because
well, I think the 3 stands for the nib size. So 742 would be the number 10, and then 74 would be the number something like that. I don't have too many pilots, so I don't have that knowledge like ingrained in me yet.
Yeah, that specific pilot is, I mean, the nib on the 823 is just phenomenal to write with. Mm-hmm. And so I'd like to maintain that in my collection, but just not as a vacuum fill.
Yes. I wanted to answer Ink Spagel's question about Leonardo for beginner or someone who doesn't have one yet. Definitely the Leonardo Memento Zeros or the zeros. I have this one is this is the Blue Aloha. So it's one of the cheapest one, even though this one is kind of limited now. So definitely go for the ones that are a little cheaper. You don't have to get the exclusives. The Memento Zeros are really nice. Some people might feel differently, but like my very first Leonardo was the very first kind of luxury feeling pen that I've ever felt. And to me, it just felt like a piece of jewelry the moment I touched it. And I didn't feel that way with Estabrook. So yes. I think you'll love your first Leonardo.
No Estabrook today. No. And I mean, I love a deal, so I'm just gonna. My advice on Leonardos. I don't collect them, but Mercari is a really good place, and I see them often enough pre-owned. And so, I mean, you can.
What price range do you see them on Mercari?
Well, I got the Memento Zero Grande, the prune one, which has gone on to live with my sister, with a titanium nib, and I think it was $230, which is, I think, a really good deal for a Leonardo with a titanium nib.
Okay, yeah, $230 is really good. So Leonardo steel nibs can range between $150 to $225. I would say on the lower range, it's more of the just the editions that come out where everyone can get, and then $225 is the high end for exclusives. You don't need exclusive ones. The cheaper ones look pretty too. So
yeah, they are. They have it's a consistently nice looking. Like that Momento Magico that has not arrived in my mailbox yet. I would like to point out from Lao pens.
What? Which one is this?
The one.
Oh,
yes. I'm dying for that. I can't wait for you to go.
Oh my god. No, it's not there.
Lao has this. Yes.
I have this gorgeous snow themed Memento Magico. And I just want to rub it in his face.
Rude. Okay, fine. This beautiful.
It's fine. I have one too. Oh, gosh.
No, that's a Leonardo that I'm hoping is still around at the pen show, so I can see. Like yours is really good. There's variation. Yes. And so that's one I would want to see in person.
Wait, this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want to give it one for a loan as a loan, so I can.
Okay. So you can see it, yeah.
In person, but it is that snowfall rain look of that, the shimmer, the glitter in that. Just
it's magical
for me.
Yeah.
This year we bought these. I bought this kit to make a snow globe. I'm sure you saw them if you're on Instagram. It was flat rectangle and had a little street light in it. It was a snow globe.
That's cute.
And it the little street light lit up. You know how it is when it snows.
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's the
scenery
feeling.
Makes you think. Yeah.
That gives me.
Hello, Cherise.
Hello.
Yeah. So I think that when pens make you feel those very beautiful moments that either you've had or you dream of having or wanting to, experience again, that's, one of the best parts of fountain pens in the hobby.
And that definitely evokes that feeling, which if you live in a warm climate, I mean, I have
lived in
Minnesota, I have lived in Illinois and Wisconsin, but that there is a beauty when those street lights illuminate the falling snow. It is just so
very cozy and
yeah. And if you're, especially if you're walking with someone you have,
very romantic.
it is very, movie set
Yes.
romantic, but
Picturesque.
yes. But I love that the Christmas spice, King of Pens has that. What do they call it? A meta glitter,
meta shine.
Yeah, that really, really fine
sparkle, super fine, like diamond powder.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Love diamond cast resins and blanks. Love it.
Yes, that's why I love those sailors so much. It's just the subtle shine that, like, when you see it, it just melts your heart because you didn't see it right away, and then now you see it. It's gorgeous.
Is that one exclusive to Gold Spot?
Yes, it is exclusive, and I also predicted that it would not sell out right away because it's not the most like popular looking kind of pen.
Yeah,
but it's super. To me, I think it's unique in my collection. It's very unique, and not a lot of people like completely clear pens. So
I think they need to make a white converter. And now I know that a white converter, you're not going to be able to see the ink through. I mean, a all white converter.
Oh, so opaque.
I would love for someone to release a line of solid, opaque, colored converters to put in clear pens. Like, they have, Sailor has some clear pens, in those pale, transparent pink platinums. But imagine that with, an actual pink converter inside. Or, you know what I mean? Because sometimes then you put an ink in there and then there's this dark blob in the middle of the pen.
Okay. So you want to avoid the sloshing blobs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, just so that I can maintain the colorway of the pen.
Right. Yes. So then would this bother you then? Because
I will make the exception. You just send it.
Yeah, you see that? Yeah. Oh, you make an exception if I give it to you.
Well, no, for that pen, not yours in particular.
Oh, and speaking of like what you just said earlier, like there's lots of variants. One of my friends bought one and she was not too happy with hers. She said that there's like a dead spot. And I looked at mine. Yes, there is a little dead spot too, but I thought that's just the way this pen is made. Because there are dead spots and then there's very gorgeous chatoyant spots. But it could just be that hers was not as pretty. And I told her, if you don't like it, just have them get another one.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
Have you done that?
I have.
Have you? Okay. How do you approach that if you get one?
So I don't know if you guys have watched my video on when I unboxed my Persephone.
Yes. Okay. That's why it was in my head. I remember this.
This one is 10 times better than the one I had. The one I had was just like all dissolved together. And I said, this is not what I wanted. Can you guys send me pictures of what you have left? Because I saw that they didn't sell out yet. And so I said, I would like to look at your finds or whatever they had left. And they sent me a few pictures and then it was even harder to choose. And so you just had to choose.
And which pen store was this?
Endless Pens. Oh. I know they are very hard to deal with. But I think that, when you build a relationship with them over time, it gets a little easier to make these communication. I don't think I would have done that if I didn't have a 2-year relationship with them.
Got it. I will say, the return, this process has been lengthy.
Yeah.
But they're
deals. You can't pass up their deals. Yeah.
Now, except for your pen that I ordered you and the one ordered for Carmen that
it's taking a long time.
No, remember they came.
Oh,
They
oh yeah,
canceled-
yeah. But
But
that
just
one kind of
Christmas
makes
I'm
sense.
not worried about it anymore.
Yeah.
Winter solstice holiday card, not a cookie in the mail, not a thing, not a stamp, not some washi, not a.
So much.
I'm just,
Whatever. He's just being petty.
I am just being.
Oh,
But speaking of stickers, Lau, I do have a sticker to send you.
and speaking of stickers, I need to make my own sticker so I can give
So,
to people.
sticker number 1 I have now. The other 2 are still on the way.
Oh, cool.
There it is.
Ink.
The Desert Inkwell sticker was printed on a circle, whereas this one, then I spent up just a little to get it cut.
Yeah,
with a little
cute. Like
contour. So the other one is an acorn. My logo in the middle of the body of the acorn, and then one is a watercolor of acorn and some oak leaves, and then a smaller logo just kind of off to the side.
What was the acorn's significance again?
Well, that's what it grows into an oak tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which I love. We had oak trees at my parents' house, at our house on the lake growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And I just it's amazing. I mean, I love them. I love the leaves. I love the seed. And then a lot of our furniture in our house is like oak and oak. Yeah, I love the graining of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I love that.
Thank you.
Now you got to make many and pass it out to everybody
here. So you're going to do stickers too for the
pet show? I want to do stickers so I can pass them out. We should
do a Pen Friends live sticker for the
We should.
Yeah. Yes, Tom. Also that. Yeah.
And I love that, Tom.
We would hold them in our hand, and then you'd
flick them.
No, because it has the cap.
Yes.
See who could flick the cap off the acorn.
Oh, okay.
Throw the acorn at each other.
Oh, it's so sad. I don't see many acorns. Well, I guess I don't pick them up anymore now that I'm older, but I'm sure they're here still.
Yeah. So what are you thinking you'll do for your sticker? And Sticky Brand
is what you use? Okay.
Yeah, and they're always having a deal. I think it was 250 stickers or 150. I think it was like $30. So that's good. Really, really cost effective. The acorn sticker and the watercolor sticker, I only got 100 of each of those, and in total with a coupon, it was $50.
Okay.
For two, it's
wow, for all 3. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
all right, just send me that link later.
Yeah. Sticky Brand.
Okay.
Sticky Brand. I'll tell you after that.
Yes.
Well, you have a logo. You have your little.
I know, but I need to add something like a pen related to it. So
now is that original to Kenchan Crafts?
No, it's not original to Kenchan Crafts. So that's why I wanted to make one original.
Yeah.
But still kind of keep similar aspects. Yeah.
We'll talk in our wrap up afterward. Just remind me because I have a resource.
Great.
So, yeah. California Pen Show is coming up for some people.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's
Tom is going there, right? I think.
Yeah, I hope that's not impacted. I mean, I hope no one else is impacted.
What city is the CA Pen Show in?
I want to say Fortuna, but I know that's not it.
Oh. But yes, I hope it's not affected by the fires as well. But if it does, then hopefully they will return everything as necessary.
Yeah, maybe I will list one of my nicer fountain pens that I'm offboarding. Maybe I'll list that on eBay and donate that to charity for that area, because that's
Yeah.
entire neighborhood's just gone. It's Torrance. What did I say? Fortuna. I have that Fortuna Major stuck in my head from Harry Potter.
Uh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah. In
Are
that,
you? Oh, go ahead.
And especially if you have pets, make sure that you have pet food and leashes and your pet's paperwork in your car. Just,
Mhm.
in these, me, I'm an animal lover. And so
Yes.
I'm always thinking like, oh God, how awful,
Mhm.
how awful. Just in general across the board, how awful.
Yes.
Indeed. Well, are you all talked out, Lau?
I'm all popped out. It is 8:40 here. Almost 8:40.
Gosh, loser. Yeah. What? I'm reading a comment about the fire and you're giggling. And it didn't line up where Baumkuchen is.
We're talking about two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
These are home.
so we, if it's late, we expressed our hopes and prayers and positive manifestation and meditation and all of the ways you can send good energy to everyone affected, knowing that it's not just people whose homes are there too, but people whose jobs are nearby. And then smoke spreads and people with breathing issues. It's just so sad. It is so sad. Well, I don't mean to end on a sad note.
Well, prayers for everyone to be safe and get past and get through this.
Tom's bringing us back.
Yes.
We all need more pens in our lives.
Well, not according to our New Year's resolution.
No.
But we will get more pens, yes.
Yeah. It's not, and my husband said yesterday, well, now that you're not into pens anymore. And I'm like, hold on. I don't know what script you're reading from, but it's not that I'm not into pens. Oh my God, I love them. And I want to love them individually more. I had really gotten the hobby ick. It happens from time to time. And I was like, I love this community too much. I love pens. I love writing. I love writing actual letters to people, postcards. And so it's in no way that I don't love fountain pens anymore. I don't want to get so burnt out that I do want to walk away.
It's okay to take a break, slow down, because I think that when you spend so much and so fast, then it just becomes consumerism and not a hobby.
Yeah.
So,
and I am prone to attempting to retail therapy my way out of feeling things on a time to time. I don't to excess, but I will shop to excess. And there's always a new. I wish I did like Ford Explorers, where they only come out once a year. But there's always a new pen and a new color and a new thing. And pretty early on, I was like, that's not limited edition.
Right.
It's just lilac or just green. I'm talking about you, Lamy Safaris. But
yeah,
especially when you hit that point in the hobby where you're all in, right? You know that you love this hobby, you love the community, the inks, the experience. It can, for me, it just tipped too easily into full spend ahead. So this is where just slow down and be more curated. It's too hard to keep up, and I don't think it's on intentional within the community, but it's really easy. If you're prone to FOMO,
Yeah.
it can be hard. And that dopamine hit of, when you buy the pen and then you are waiting and you're all excited and the pen comes and you use it, it is it's an easy hobby because they're not huge, they don't take up a terrible. I mean, ink, on the other hand, I had to buy furniture for it. But
Right.
um,
Yeah.
I
They're
mean,
easy to want to collect so many.
yeah. So this year, just slow down, enjoy, and be more intentional with the purchases. So,
Yeah, I like that.
well, any closing words of wisdom for us, Lau?
Yeah, no, we're asking the audience for closing words of wisdom.
Okay, let's see. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no.
I like that. Yeah.
What? Oh, sorry. Now, you know what? Let's end on those words of wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Gals, comment. Remember, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. And one man's meh, not so much as another person's grail.
Yep. Love that. That is perfect mantra to help us stay grounded and not buy every single pen.
Yes. All right, folks. From me, you, thanks for joining us. This is a highlight of my week to spend time with pen people. And of course, my friend Lao, and normally Carmen as well, and all of you. I love when people come back to, and you get to know.
Yes.
So anyway,
So
don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, if you haven't.
And share, please share. Let people know so they can come and join us in some more pen discussions.
Yes. Anyway, take care of yourself. As my mom would say, be kind to yourself this week.
Yes.
Take care, stay safe, and we will see you
next week.
Same time.
Alrighty. Bye, everyone.
How do I turn this off?
Let me do it.
Okay, you do it.